I want to make sure everything is in place.
And we're go.
Oh, hell yeah. Bill Kings Fantasy Football League. It's your man, Tony D, a.k.a. the Random Multi-Broadcaster. I am joined by my man, Fine Man Rich from the Morning Coffee on Rumble Studio, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 a.m. in the morning. Rich, how in God's name are you?
We are doing good, and I see us popping up on the Twitch. So I'd like to say hello to everyone on Twitch, and I'll do the other ones later and stuff. But doing great, Tony. Glad to be up here for season 3. My God, we made it! Yes, season 3, Bill Kings Fantasy Football,
Yeah,
and
we will, man.
for another season here. We've had some football already here Friday, Thursday, last Friday and Thursday, and so I'm not sure how that ranked. Well, it could affect some fantasy football players for a certain quarterback, as far as that goes. And but we already have some excitement there, and looking forward to the games later today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything you want to cover as far as Thursday night games, I say go for it.
Thursday night. Let's see. We had
I think we had a Thursday and a Friday, didn't
well, we had
we?
both Thursday and Friday night, and
Yes, we did.
as far as Thursday night games, we had. I'll get to it here. And how come that's not coming up? Let me see. Just hang out for just a sec here. And
Sitting here scrolling through everything and everybody,
yeah,
myself.
Baltimore, Kansas City. That was the premier. Both teams matched up equally. They played equally. Baltimore, they could still hold their head high. They just had about three mistakes that cost them the game. I think. I was really impressed with Lamar there. He's phenomenal as well as um, oh,
They can still.
Good. That's me. That's me.
oh, is that you? Okay, I
Yeah,
thought it
that
was
was
me.
me.
But Lamar Jackson, phenomenal play. He looks slim and trim. A little concerned about. I liked him running, but I think he might have been running a little too much. I think he was getting into that Josh Allen thing that we're always talking about. That they're running too much.
Right.
And, the the spread was 3 points,
Mhm.
and for the Kansas City they were favored, and I thought the Baltimore was going to have a shot at it, but they didn't. And Kansas City last year opening day they lost. This one they won. And the one thing on Kansas City, Worthy, whoever has Worthy for fantasy football, we got to look. I got to look up there.
I'm
Oh my,
glad you said that. He surprised me. Yeah, he got him one. Holy smoke. Yes, he did.
that was a
Yes,
big
he did.
wow
Yes, he did.
wow factor. And
Yes, he did.
Henry, I was impressed with. They should have gave him the ball more.
Yes, he did. Ted Hicks is in the house. Ted, what's good, man?
And
Yeah, Xavier Worthy. I saw his name. I'm like, who is this dude? I didn't hear much about him, man. I think he introduced himself
oh,
properly.
definitely.
Yes, he
He
did.
had 2 touchdowns, I believe, on for
He
the.
did. That last play. I can't be mad because his foot was on the line, but I was like, wow. I'm not gonna be mad. I really kind of felt bad for them, but that was crazy. He caught that catch. His foot was
Oh,
right on
yeah.
the line. His toes was right on the line. I was like, ooh, they're not gonna let that rock. And there's gonna be a whole bunch of everything afterwards. And it still
Yeah,
was. So,
yeah, that was really something there as far as that goes, and so it's going to be to start off right off the bat, and the Friday game. Of course, Jordan Love is injured. Hopefully, it's not for the whole season,
yes.
and we'll see what happens there.
Um, Baltimore Ravens tight end Mark Andrews.
Okay,
Everybody knows he was a top pick as far as fantasy football.
right.
I'm going to throw it out there to the whole world. Which one of you jokers had likely as your tight end for that game? Because I bet a bunch of you didn't. He was the Ravens tight end that was getting all the numbers. I'm quite sure they got a bunch of y'all with that one because that was crazy. That was crazy. Likely was getting numbers. Everybody, Derrick Henry got his touchdown. He did get a touchdown beginning of the game.
And again, they were. I was looking at some of the talking heads, and they said, and they should have just. They said one of them said for Baltimore to win, he's going to have to touch the ball at least 20 to 30 times. And I think he only had like 6 or 8 touches.
Gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Michael Bathurst in the house. Michael George, Shot MGB. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I tried to add my channels. It wouldn't let me.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I didn't start doing the paper version yet. I said I was going to. But it's all right. Rich, what was you saying, man? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying for Henry, the running back for Baltimore, there was talk and saying he should have at least 20 to 30, the caliber he is, 20 to 30 to where he would, he was effective right out of the blocks, but he only had like less than 10 carries.
He was on the field the whole game, I think, though.
Well, he was in the game, but they did not do the running game like they normally do and stuff like that. So
yes, but he was on the field. I was definitely happy to see that.
Him on the Baltimore side and Worthy on the other side, just wow. Worthy is just awesome. So
I talked about Xavier Worthy at the beginning of the year, and I said yes over and over again, and said he was a speedster. If they could figure out how to use him. Nobody touched him. Like when he went.
You know what? He's the one that Tyreek Hill said was fast too, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went.
That was him. Okay, that's who he is. That's my fault. Yeah.
He went. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
That's true. Because I was like, that dude. He just flew. He let them know. I was like, good gracious.
He had the fastest time ever.
Yeah, that was him. Gotcha. That's the one.
Yeah.
He came in when Tyreek Hill wasn't there, and they said he was quicker. Tyreek Hill, I think he was faster than him or something like that. Either way, Ted said Derrick Henry disappeared to the first quarter. You know what, Ted? He stayed on the field. He was in the backfield block. I kind of knew he was going to be doing that because of how big he is. And if you hit him too many times, he'll get hurt. Thammer is in the house. Thammer, what's going on?
Disappeared after the first quarter. That's where he wasn't getting the touches and stuff like that. Now Lamar Jackson, he was run real good, but I think Michael agreed with it. He was doing the Josh Allen, Michael, if you agree, to where you can't a quarterback. He looks great, but he should be doing that much because he's putting himself out there to get injured. But he did take one run. He's running and he's going off to the sideline to go out of bounds, and this one guy comes up to him and he just knocked him on the ground. So.
Well, he's like a paperweight.
Who? Lamar?
Who are we talking about right now?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking still about Xavier.
No, but Lamar Jackson, he did a lot of.
He's lost a lot of weight, though. You know that, right?
Yes. It's very apparent in the game. I think I'm first looking. It's like, man, he looks a little slim and trim compared to last year.
He's agile, though.
Why is Lamar lowering his shoulder? I was impressed, man. He bopped that guy, and that guy went down. And Lamar's still standing over him.
Yes, he is. Jamar Chase is still going to play amid contract disputes. Dak Prescott is still going to play amid contract disputes. So I was watching that this morning. I'm actually trying to see if I'm missing anything. Russell Wilson has a calf injury. He is questionable for the day.
Tony, I'm going to leave for a second and try again to get my links in, okay?
No problem.
All right.
I'm going to run through my format, and then I have the floor open for everything. While you're doing all that, it is all good. Any other... Excuse me. Thank you. I know you did, but yeah. Things we all do out here. Hassan Reddick. Yeah, I did see something with that. Yeah, Ted gave me a story on that. Appreciate it, Ted. Hang on one second.
You're going to have to fill me in. I'm about
to right now. Hassan Reddick. He's told reliably by people. Let's see, one of the guys from VSIN Live. I'm told reliably by people inside the Reddick camp that he's due to come in sometime, maybe today or tomorrow.
Okay.
GM said there's no chance he plays in week 1 against the 49ers because of the short turnaround. So, Ted, that's what kind of confused me. He's either supposed to be there, but then he's probably not going to play. We're going to have to see when the lineup goes up. Keep me posted if you don't mind. I know there was a bit of a contract issue with him or a playing issue, something. Ted's been staying on top of that story.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? Kirk Cousins projected 15.3. Yeah, all right. We'll see. He's not playing tomorrow.
Oh.
We don't know that yet. They've been changing everything momentarily and during games. We don't know that yet. So as of right now, he's not playing. Yes.
Is that Reddick? Tony?
Yes, Hassan Reddick for the Jets. Yes.
Oh, okay. He's a Jet holder. Okay, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
He's not okay. Where Dak is playing, even though he has
Yes.
they have
Dak is playing and Jamar Chase is going to play. They're both going to play amid the contract disputes. I find that to be something most players don't do or haven't done. I remember when Emmitt Smith held out. Now these guys aren't holding out. They want to be on the field. I'm good with them playing. I understand the beef and the fight. There was actually an interview that was showing Troy Aikman was talking to Dak Prescott this morning. And that's my son. He said he understands the business. He knows not to take anything personal, which is a great answer.
I think Dak has a great desire after seeing an interview the other day there on ESPN. He wants to get a Super Bowl ring with Dallas.
Yes, he does. And I've been saying that. I've been saying that.
It came out they were talking about it, and he has a deep passion to where he wants to win a Super Bowl. He doesn't want to go to another team. He wants to win it with Dallas and stuff like that. So
I think Jamar Chase is doing the same thing. He knows he has a Super Bowl team. They just got to make it again.
Again, yes.
They do not need to break the Bengals apart because they've been to the Super Bowl. They were right there. Right there. My son sent me a message. I'm sorry, y'all. Mike, anything you want to bring in while I respond to my son real quick? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sure. I was blown away with the Kansas City game on how much a turnaround they had done from last year. Last year, they couldn't catch the ball. Rashee Rice looked phenomenal. Xavier Worthy had moments. They don't have Hollywood Brown back yet. Wait till they have him. They barely used Travis. Travis got 2 or 3 catches. They didn't depend on him. Patrick didn't have to do it all himself. And they still have another weapon in the running game. They have 2 backs that have proven that can do it. The new guy, Carson Steele. I want to make sure I got their name right.
Steele.
Carson Steele. It's actually Steele. I got it right in front of me.
Is it Steele?
Steele. It's got an E on the end.
That means Steele.
That's Steele. It's IE for E.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've heard both from the commentators. So
if you have, I didn't know that. So okay, I got you.
But he's been trucking through linemen, carrying them. So he'll be great to have later. They still have Sky Moore, which they're not using. Juju's missed. They still have Miko Hartman, who was like the star last year, and Justin Watson occasionally, who is a wide receiver as well. Now, don't forget, they also have Noah Gray, who also is not too bad. Mm-hmm. So they've never had so much depth. I can't think of any team that has three wide receivers of that caliber. Hollywood Brown is a speedster.
He's been one.
The other person that blew my mind, absolutely blew my mind. Oh my God. Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns.
I did forget to talk about him.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 touchdowns. They were honestly dancing on a pudding. That's how bad that field was.
Dancing on a pudding.
Pudding. It was so soft. It was awful.
Michael, would you say the field was an effect to Jordan Love there the last minute? They're getting injured.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And when you saw, it's funny, when Saquon went around for his little victory lap at the back, he almost wiped out. It was so bad.
Oh, I didn't see that. I watched it on the replay on NFL channel there the last minutes and stuff like that because it was on Peacock. But
they were slipping and sliding like crazy.
So he got 3 touchdowns then.
3 touchdowns.
That's tremendous. That's what I was hoping for him because he he's a good guy. But the field, from what I saw, and then when Jordan went down, I'm like, because I think I caught a little bit of your replay, and you were mentioning about the field.
Oh, thank you.
Yesterday, and I think, wow, okay, they probably had it primed for regular soccer or something like that, as far as not, because it didn't look like it was cut tight. The grass and stuff, it looked really, really. There
Do
was
you know what was sad today?
What's that?
For me, was I love Baltimore, and I don't know if you know this, and I thought Baltimore was going to win everything last year. We have Ted Hicks in the house.
Hey guys,
How you doing?
pretty good.
We're talking about the pudding field in, that was so soft. It was probably softer than the field that you guys have there.
Yeah, that's probably a better field. You're right, Michael.
Okay, I've got my audio.
Yep, we can hear you
Look at that.
on location. That's
It's
great.
cold. It's cold today, isn't it? Is it cold where you are?
No, not at
No?
all. It's low
Perfect for
60s right
football?
now. Yes, low 60s.
Yeah.
What's the score? Oh, there you go. You had portrait there. There you go.
He's stubborn.
What's up, Dave? What's going on?
What's
You just
going
gotta
on?
Move your
He's giving us the finger right now.
Is that better?
Oh, that's outstanding right there. Oh my God, that's a
Yeah.
good picture.
We got multiple scrimmages going on today with
Yes.
the Red Ravens of Freeport. They're 8U, they're 10U, and 11U, 11/12U. So that's what's going on today. Just a little scrimmage, getting ready for the season to start next week.
Gotcha. What's up, Debbie? How you doing? Thank you for coming through.
What's going on,
y'all.
Jason?
Ed
What's going on,
Hicks,
guys?
parents.com. Check them out. Check out the broadcast as always. This stuff, Ted is on location. That's what he loves to do. That's his contribution.
My little bit. There we go.
He's a mess. Anything
So
you want to add, Ted, for the week? Damn it, Debbie.
Front camera? Let's see. Okay.
Look at that.
You look great. Great picture, Ted.
It
Fantastic.
is. That's the best shot of your nostrils I've ever had.
That's what's going on here. So hopefully, I know there's a lot of noise because, like I said, there's like 3 or 4 scrimmages. So I'm gonna hit the mute and listen. And when I'm called upon, I will chime in.
Gotcha, bro. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and get the format going so I can get that out the way. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fantasy football watchers, players, sports heads, and all of that. Let me show you the regular format for how we do things up here. All of the information is coming off of NFL.com. The fantasy page, top headlines. We're going to start them and sit them with the quarterbacks. What we got here? They are recommending we start Anthony Richardson over the Houston Texans. I've got no debate.
That's an automatic right there.
It is to me. That's what you're thinking. Yeah, drafted in the other half a word by preseason shown over the fact that he only ran.
That's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a high energy game. Mike, I agree.
Heavy hitting.
This division has not been respected, quite frankly, in all honesty, and they are wide open this season. 3 out of 4 teams, if not all 4, have playoff potential. I think a lot of eyes are going to be on this division.
He's projected for 19 points on the fantasy football.
Gotcha. And if y'all don't know Mike Patton, he has a page touring the AFC South. Check him out. This is his division. He should be losing his mind this season. Those boys are ready. That whole league is wide open. Like I said, I got no debate against this at all. Ted, what you think? Now he got to find the microphone button.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What was that? What you said? Touring the AFC South? They're gonna.
He should be having a ball this season. With
this is gonna be a killer year for him.
This is going to be a great season for that division alone. I have to admit that. Mike, anything?
He's a gentleman. I'm only hoping the best for him. He's a kind soul who I think got dealt kind of a crappy hand last year, getting hurt over and over again. He was expected to do too much too soon, and he put his body in harm's way. I'm hoping that they have enough weapons this year that he doesn't have to do that. So he is one of the most sought after fantasy draft guys because his ability to run, and he has a rocket arm. In fact, some of the receivers say he throws it too hard, like Josh Allen.
Like Brett Favre.
Like Brett Favre.
Exactly. Jared Goff. They recommend starting Jared Goff against the Rams. I don't know why you wouldn't, quite frankly. I really don't know why you wouldn't, quite frankly. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just go ahead and narrow this down. This is a given. The problem is going to be the Rams defense as well as the Rams offense. But if you're going to have a team like that, and I will tell you both of these teams are definitely playoff teams. I'm also going to say both of these teams are Super Bowl teams. The Rams have been there. The Lions are trying to go, and they were almost there last season. Potential NFC Championship matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Hands down. Wisconsin Mom, thank you for coming through. How you doing? Gentlemen, any debate on this at all?
No.
I have none. Ted, any debate?
Not at all.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. Matthew Stafford versus the Lions. Same situation, same format, opposing quarterback, opposing team. I've got no debate. None. Zero. Nada. Zilch. You got to be kidding me. You might want to watch this game. Period. Yeah. This is wide open, both offenses and both defenses. You better start every starter.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford, the only problem with him is he's not a great runner, and he's not going to be a guy that's going to get a touchdown for you on his own.
No, he ain't supposed to. He never has been. I agree with that.
Right. No, but if you're talking about fantasy points, you always want someone who's a dual threat. Always.
Agreed. I like that aspect. I appreciate you saying that. This quarterback has never been known to be the running one. He's been the throwing one. He's the one that you get a lot of yards off of.
I don't know if they're being conservative, but these two quarterbacks, they both fantasy football projection 17 points, so it's evenly matched, and it should be a good game as far as that goes.
This is going to be tough, and I want to say it's going to be low scoring. I would dare put the over-under at 50.
Hey, can we give you an update?
Go.
Sure.
Breaking news: Tyreek Hill is being detained, put in handcuffs right now. Ian Rappaport.
Wow.
Ryan TX also reported. Another one of my buddies reported. Diana Rossini also reported. So we're being told by sources right now, live at the field. There was something with the traffic stop or something like that. I don't know if he's going to be in uniform today.
Wow.
He is constantly, every year, in trouble with somebody, especially women.
But we don't know why. Don't get me started with the aspect with the women from what I've seen.
Well,
from what I've seen, I'm not being stereotypical, misogynistic, chauvinistic, none of that. From what I've seen.
He's got a lot of baby mamas. Let's put it that way.
That's what I know. They need to stop messing up.
All right. But we'll leave
that. Controversial in a minute. I forgot. This is my show. Yeah,
you're the man. You're the man.
Tony, the spread is Detroit's favorite in this LA-Detroit game by 3.5 points. So
that sounds right.
Exactly. A close game. Exactly.
Could go anyway. Could go anyway.
It can. Jaden Daniels is recommended to be starting over the Bucs. I don't see why not. Trusting a rookie quarterback in his first NFL game, it may seem risky, but when a player can run, it's worth the chance. I agree. Daniels can certainly run. He ran for 2,000 plus yards, 21 touchdowns in his final 2 college seasons. Last season, the Bucs allowed the 3rd most passing yards and 7th most fantasy points per game to quarterbacks. That includes the 2nd most rushing touchdowns at the position as well. Daniels is my most drafted QB, and I plan on starting him in a good amount of lineups this week. Go for it. Go for it. I wouldn't sleep on the Bucs though.
And saying good morning to Wisconsin mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got quite a few kids, and baby's mom was Wisconsin mom. He does. I saw that story at the end of last year. He's got quite a few. Yes, he has quite a few. He just had a house burned down.
Tampa Bay has so many assets that nobody knows about. They actually have an insanely good roster this year, and many analysts have been saying that they have a very good chance again to make the playoffs.
Yes.
One of the predictions, and I've been saying this from the beginning, is I don't think there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to win 12 games. I think it's going to be a lot of 9, 10 across the board. It's going to be so close week to week, and it's going to be very difficult to understand who's got the greater hand that week.
I agree.
Jaden Daniels, many are saying, has the potential to do far better than many had anticipated. Because of his size, they were worried. So we'll see. Time will tell. This reminds me of, remember Bryce Young last year?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought he was going to set the world on fire. So Jaden Daniels, though, is, I think, one of the best picks because he is really agile and able to get away, and he has the ability to score.
Hey, Michael, what you were saying about all the games being close, just to give you an idea,
Yeah.
all games are they're who's ever favored. It's anywhere from 2.5, 3 points, 4 points. The only game that's more than 6 points, Denver, New England, Cincinnati over the Patriots, they're 8.5. So that's the point spread on all the games for this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to be close. We've decided that already. Sit-ems. They say sit Brock Purdy against the Jets. I got to read this. Purdy was awesome for fantasy purposes last year. He finished as a QB7 in fantasy points per game.
Sit him? Oh, my God.
That's why I'm reading it. He's a regression candidate, though, as he had the most fantasy points per game over expected amongst QBs, and he also had by far the highest rate of end zone passes turned to touchdowns. There will still be plenty of weeks to start him, but week 1 is not one of them. The Jets allowed the 3rd fewest passing yards. That's their defense. Tied for 4th fewest passing TDs allowed. That's their defense. And only Baltimore allowed fewer fantasy points per game to quarterbacks in 2023. Damn. The Jets defense projects to be one of the best in the NFL once again. I would opt to go in another direction this week. Mainly because of the points and the competition for the points amongst QBs. I hear about that. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Rich, do you want to go first? You go first, Rich.
Well, I'll say real quick, who do they have as far as besides him?
To get more points than him? Probably, I'll tell you Jared Goff already, in my opinion. I'll tell you 2.
Well, Jared Goff is 17, and Brock Purdy projection 16. So it's it's even across the board there. So I think he's the first string. He went to the Super Bowl with them last year, and I think he's still the #1 quarterback. I wouldn't sit him if I had him.
There's a part of me that won't sit him. Now, as far as quarterbacks who are going to get the most points this week,
he's a top 10 quarterback as far as in the league right now.
He's a top 10 quarterback, but this week, would he be one of the quarterbacks to get the most points is what they're saying. That's where they're at. For this week, which quarterback would get more points?
With what you're saying, if you got someone like Goff, okay, maybe he might get more points than Goff given the history. So I think that would be – go ahead, Michael.
Go ahead, Mike.
I don't want to be mean.
Take your time.
But he does not have the ability to run in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
He is not agile. He's in a system that is phenomenal that you can almost place you in it and you would work out okay. The other problem is this year that we're not talking about, everybody on that line is getting old.
You said that.
They lost their opportunity last year to win. They are not going to be the same team this year. Everybody...
I almost want to hold you to that because I kind of disagree, but I'm going to see how it goes. They are older. This is a lot of the team that also went to the Super Bowl, not this past one, a few years ago. I agree with you on that. They got some years in age in them. They do.
They're playing against a very young team, super talented.
Yes.
And here's the thing. Rodgers only has to be mediocre.
Yes.
He only has to be mediocre to cause great chaos. He still has the ability, like Joe Flacco did last year, to throw the long bomb, throw it in the basket is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that we're forgetting is that there is all kinds of disruption from all the contract problems they had. We have guys that are rusty. that have not been on the field, including Trent, who is like their leader, who is now 36 years old. Trent Williams.
Yes, he just got his contract too. So
And
everybody got their money as of right now.
go ahead, Rich. Sorry.
On what you're saying about Aaron Rodgers, yeah, the Jets have Aaron Rodgers, but history will show that he has struggled at times going against the 49ers in his past plays in his career. So the Jets, they'll keep it close, but the 49ers are favored to win this game by 4 points.
This is going to be a year of the team that stays the healthiest.
Yes.
Agreed.
And has the best harmony in the room. Like I just want to swing back, and I didn't get to say my point, but Baltimore last year had one of the most solid teams.
No doubt.
Yes.
They were phenomenal. Yes. I watched them the other night, and they seemed deflated. Even though they have different weapons, it's not the same team. They used to beat the snot out of their opponents. They would put fear in them. They lost so many key players that most people wouldn't know. I'm hearing the humming. Okay, Tony, hit it.
I got people requesting to come up. Give me 1 second with this next one.
Can I just chime in real quick?
Go ahead, Ted.
Okay. As noted, Miami Dolphins have released the statement. This morning, Tyreek Hill was pulled over for a traffic incident about a block from the stadium and briefly detained by police. He has since been released. Several teammates saw the incident and stopped to offer support. Tyreek and all other players involved have safely arrived to the stadium and will be available for today's game.
Yay!
They are showing it on ESPN right now. Just as he was saying it, they threw it up.
We're doing this before ESPN.
I noticed that. You did. You beat ESPN. You beat them. You did. You did, Ted. That was dope.
No. We beat them. We, Tony. Okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. That's my man.
Hey, just one more comment about the 49ers. Mike, you hit it. You hit all the points about the contract disruption all off season long. Unhappy players. And guess who did not get paid? Brock Purdy. He's still on his rookie deal, which pays him roughly about $800,000 a year to live in San Francisco. Do the math on that one. Okay. The other point, Mike, I want a second. He's a system quarterback. All right. I yield my mic.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man. Y'all making this a dope episode. Thank y'all. Sit Justin Herbert versus the Raiders. I wouldn't, but I want to see where they're coming from.
No way.
Herbert will be playing his first game with Jim Harbaugh and Greg Roman at the helm of the Chargers offense. Both have a long history of overseeing run-heavy offenses. In addition, Herbert will no longer have his usual weapons. He will be relying on a much more unproven group this year. And to make matters worse, he missed a lot of practice time this summer dealing with a plantar fascia injury, which can linger. That's a fact. Given that and the matchup against the Raiders, who made life very tough on quarterbacks after Antonio Pierce took over last year, I would love to go in another direction the opening week. You know what? And I'm going to admit this. I forgot about Antonio Pierce being the coach with everything else I've been trying to focus and get reacclimated on. That is actually a justifiable stance and statement, if you ask me. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
You want to go first, Rich? Or...
Go ahead, Michael, this time. You go ahead.
Okay. Here's the thing. Brand new system. Somewhat eccentric, crazy coach. They have no weapons. They gave away all the weapons. They're going to force him to run a system that runs the ball. It is not going to be the same show that we saw last year. There's going to be times now this year where we're going to see greatness and we're going to also see an absolute collapse. If you can pick what week is going to be a good week, great. I think they have a great chance to do good against the Raiders because the Raiders are not a solid team this year. There's a lot of disharmony in that bunch, and they don't have great quarterbacks. They just don't. They're go ahead.
I'm not going to debate that, but we got to give that coach credit because there was a new energy with them last season. Continue what you're saying, though, please.
Well, when you have Gardner Minshew, right, and Eno O'Connell as your starters, and neither one of them really hands down won anything. Like even the coach said, I'm not impressed. Justin Herbert is and always will be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in our generation that we're watching right now.
Already? You going to say that about him already?
Oh, he is phenomenal. If he was on any other team, I think he would. Oh my God, I think he's as gifted as Josh Allen, and I love Josh Allen.
I agree with that, but as one of the greatest already so far, it's kind of early in his career, don't you think?
Well, if you look at his numbers, his numbers are always in the top 3 to 4.
I got you. He's just early in his career, if you ask me. He's within his first 5 years. I want to say it's a little premature, but he is putting the numbers up. I'm not going to debate that. Ted, anything you got?
I'm going to support Mike once again with the crazy coach did not draft him. That's not his guy.
Mm-hmm.
So anything could be in play for this season and beyond.
I tend to agree. I would not sit him, but I see where they're coming from. That's one of the things why I do what I do when I show this. I agree or I disagree based on where we're coming from. We also got to understand where they're coming from. We got to see how it goes. And quite frankly, if you saw Thursday night's game, I actually had the Ravens picked. They almost won. It took a call that most people cannot debate, even though we want to be. I think it was a legit call.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ravens should have won that game, but it only takes a second. It only takes an inch, honestly. They say drop Aaron Rodgers against the 49ers.
Well, as far as you look at the last player there for San Diego, he had a very good preseason, so I wouldn't have set him just to make comment on him.
You good?
Quarterback and Aaron Rodgers. This is where I differ. I don't know. It's his premier year. You know, he played 4 snaps in the last 2 years, so to sit him now, I don't know whoever made that decision.
We're about to find out right now. We're about to find out right now.
And they said about they're playing San Francisco, sit Brock Purdy. So, you know, who are their backups? You know, that's the thing. I don't know right off.
I'll tell you why. I can already tell you what they're going to say, but I'm going to tell you why. Rodgers renews his rivalry against the 49ers on Monday Night Football to close out week 1. So they're saying sit Aaron Rodgers against the 49ers, and here's why. The world will be watching, but it's best to leave him on your bench in fantasy football. The 40-year-old Rodgers will be playing his first game since he tore his Achilles in week 1 last year. We have yet to see him play in the game since. Agreed. It's a tough matchup that the 49ers allowed the 6th fewest fantasy points per game to quarterbacks and are bringing back much of their defense. Fact, point made. I recommend playing is safe. Take a wait and see approach with him. Now, let me jump in on this one. I was already saying the Jets are going to have to show me. Number 1. Number 2, I saw this game and I thought of 2 words off the rip. Oh, shit. And I'm saying it like that on purpose because the 49ers are one of the most complete teams in the NFL.
Yeah. They show me more.
Football watchers, sports fans everywhere. Let me make it clear. The San Francisco 49ers are and have been one of the most complete teams in the NFL for the past 5 seasons. Complete offense and defense.
Yeah.
Barring injury, as with any team. But when I say they are complete, you had to beat them just to make it to the NFC Championship game. You had to. Hang on, Mike. I'm going to get to you. Hang on, Ted. I'm going to get to you. Aaron Rodgers was not healthy. He's been off the field. We actually talked about this a couple of weeks ago and over the past few weeks. Is he going to be 100% healthy to play the game? Mike just made a point where he only has to be mediocre. He's going up against the 49ers. I do not suggest being mediocre in this game at all. We got to see what he's going to do. I like the Jets offense. I also watched who they draft and how strong that defense is going to be. I can understand sitting him. I'm going to make that your choice. However, once again, they are going up against one of the most complete teams in the NFL, and the Jets do not have a history of beating very good teams. Rich had the floor first, then Mike, and then Ted. Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
His projected points are 15, if that matters. It seemed like the top ones that we've seen already are 17. He's 2 points lower. But the last time we saw Rodgers play a full season, he was the 21st quarterback in fantasy points per game, ranking 26. in yards attempted and 23rd in fantasy points on dropbacks. It depends on what, you know, I want to see him play, and I hope he has a great season. Being a Jet fan, I like the Jets. I'm here from New York and stuff. I want to see him succeed. But then it comes up in the factor, I hear Michael saying in the background, his age. You know, we gotta factor that in.
We do.
We might be seeing something at the beginning of the season if he just flies through the season and takes the Jets to the. That's going to be phenomenal. That's going to be a phenomenal ride. But we're at the beginning, and I think I just hope he has a safe season after last year's 4 and down and stuff like that. So would I sit him? It depends on who else I have. You know, that's why I question some of these quarterbacks are top quarterbacks. I could see, you know, who's their backup then, or who do you have on your team and stuff, given the fantasy football factor. Okay, if you got a good quarterback, hopefully you draft him. I don't know who drafted Aaron Rodgers in Bell Kings fantasy football. Did anybody draft him?
I think a lot of people did. I think a lot of people did.
Okay.
I think I did. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, number one, this is going to be more of a running game than you think today because he's got Breece Hall. And Breece Hall is explosive. He's going to take a lot of heat off of him.
Good point.
Him and Garrett Wilson are phenomenal chemistry. And Garrett Wilson has been waiting for Aaron to come in. There is no reason why Garrett Wilson couldn't have 3 touchdowns today.
Excuse me a second. Oh, Wisconsin mom, you will not regret drafting Garrett Wilson. I saw this earlier. I did put it up earlier. I meant to get to this. No, you will not regret drafting him. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
It's okay. He is, I think, one of the premier wide receivers in the league. He has insane hands, great timing. Those two are meshed in heaven. They're going to do stuff. Now, here's the thing. If they can keep Aaron safe just for a second more than they were last year, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He's going to be able to release. He's got a running game this year that he didn't have. If you go player for player, even in defense, it is really hard to beat New York. You could literally have Brock Purdy in that lineup and they would do okay. The problem is their backup is, you're asking, it's Tyrod Taylor.
There you go.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say. They are stacked. This team has so much talent and they're young.
Agreed. Ted, what you got?
Mike took he took a couple of my points. I think we're on point with whether or not to start him or not. This is Aaron Rodgers, like you said, what Rich said, 24 months later, you know, of really playing football. I don't know. It's the Niners defense is nothing to play with. Mike was right with this is going to be a heavy run game. Garrett Wilson and the receiving corps, look for them today. I don't know. You know, it's funny when we're looking for Aaron Rodgers to be a game manager. But I guess over the first 2 to 3 games, that's what we're going to be looking for him to do. Manage the game, 1-2 step back, release, let go of the ball really quick, and let the offense, you know, flow. We got to remember that, I mean, this guy is Aaron Rodgers. Number 2, yeah, he won a Super Bowl 14, 15 years ago, but he's up there. He should have more, but he doesn't. I don't know. We're looking for big things from the Jets this year. And Monday night's game is going to factor whether or not I buy tickets for Jets Broncos in 3 weeks. I yield my mic.
Gotcha. Appreciate it, gentlemen. Next one we got. Sit Kirk Cousins against the Falcons. First of all, I'm not going to. If I had him on my roster, I'm not going to. But let's see what they say. Just like in Rodgers' case, I want to practice patience with an older quarterback coming off of a severe injury. I respect that point. Cousins tore his Achilles in Week 8, so he has significantly less recovery time than Rodgers has had. Having to avoid TJ Watt and the Steelers defense is not an ideal welcome back to the NFL either, given the circumstances, the matchup, and the fact that Cousins is being drafted more as a QB2. Play is safe and go in another direction this week.
Atlanta is favored to win that game by 3. So it's going to be a close game, supposedly.
They're going to start him because they don't want to start Penix yet. And if I think I understand Kirk Cousins the way that I do, he ain't trying to hear it. He ready to get out there. He knows he's fighting for a position, in my opinion, even still with their rookie quarterback they just drafted. Preseason reports say Penix looks okay. Kirk Cousins is the man with the money right now. I believe he's ready to go out there and earn his keep, whether he's starting or not. Steelers, tough team. They're going to be in Pittsburgh. Yeah, this is going to be ugly. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Would you want to go first?
Well, I just real quick, I would start him. I wouldn't sit him. I just don't see the logic behind sitting. And he's a first-tier quarterback. If I had him, I'd be running with him.
I agree. Did you want to add more to that?
I just comment there from Ted Hicks, breaking the Steelers plan on starting Justin Fields. I'm not surprised with that.
Yeah, I saw that. I just saw that too. Yeah,
and because of Russell Wilson's, I guess it's a calf injury, or something. So it should be a good game. It should. I think I picked the Steelers on this. Knowing that I thought Russell was going to play, but even with Fields playing, I think Steelers have a good team against them. But Atlanta's going to be tough, so Atlanta could possibly win this game.
You said you didn't understand the logic behind this. Remember what I said earlier. Which quarterbacks are going to get the most points this week? Kirk Cousins.
Well, my opinion, I think Kirk Cousins, it seems like what I'm seeing on the averages, that he's right there with the average that excuse me.
You're good. For those who don't understand, this is about which quarterback is going to score the most points. The reason why they'll tell you to sit these quarterbacks will be because of the points that they will score against who they're playing, and they may not be the highest scoring quarterbacks according to projections this week. Plain and simple. We also got breaking news. Dak Prescott deal is done with Dallas. He is now the highest paid player in NFL history per source. More to come. Appreciate that from Ted Hicks. Those are breaking news. Ted, you got anything on Kirk Cousins and Steelers?
No, I just think Kirk Cousins is 35, 36, coming off of ACL tear, and he's got Michael Penix Jr., who is a very seasoned 24, 25-year-old stud who's playing behind him. The clock is ticking on Kirk Cousins. He's got 2 years of that deal is guaranteed, and anything after that is
up in the air.
Going to be up in the air.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. I tend to agree. All right, let's see what else we got. Mike, did you get your input in?
I got nothing. That's okay. I'm ready to tell you what I think. Okay, So here's the thing. Kirk Cousins is a great choice. Michael Penix Jr. is a better choice. I think there's nothing wrong with having a stable full of great quarterbacks. I think it's brilliant, and they're getting ready for the future. They have an insanely good running game, so they're not going to have to be too worried about, Kirk having to fold the load here. And the wide receiver core is good enough that they're going to get through. They have Kyle Pitts, who is a great tight end. They've got Drake London, who tends to be able to get free, and Bijan Robinson as a running back. Kirk Cousins, if you look at his numbers, even though he's older, he has always been in the top 2, 3. We got the finger up here with Ted. Ted, I love you too, buddy. So, yeah, that's my opinion. I think Atlanta will win this.
Not a problem. We got breaking news. Dak Prescott deal, 4 years, $240 million. I ain't mad.
No way.
I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad.
Oh,
I told you
no
they need to pay that
way.
man. They need to pay that man, and I'm glad they did. Business is business, ladies and gentlemen. Business is.
We got to clap for that one. That is
Hey,
phenomenal.
I'm gonna give it to him. We've been harping for that for a minute. Now he got to get to the Super Bowl. I hate to say it like that.
I bet Jerry was like had steam coming out of his ears
You
with
probably,
rage.
ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations for Week 1 and of course NFL.com for
Oh,
the 2024 season. Gentlemen, I appreciate the input. I do. We are going to go through running backs. Wide receivers next. Wide receivers are next. Let's narrow these comments down to 30 seconds apiece, please, because I didn't realize we was at 45 minutes already.
I know. Wait, we could go 3 hours now with the information we have in our heads.
Yeah, I'm not going 3 hours. I got to take him to
3 hours of power, man.
I have to get some breakfast sooner or later. You are not going to start me. Wide receivers, recommended stardoms. Rasheed Rice of the Chiefs versus the Ravens. That was a given. That was Thursday night's game. Rich, do you see any points on that?
Rich is gone.
Rich is gone? Oh, he had to
Rich
step
is
out.
gone.
Okay. Mike, do you see any points on that?
Yes. Oh, he's the best. I would start him. You have to start him.
Gotcha.
Which we know. He did phenomenal. He was great.
Gotcha. Why did Rich get dropped down? I didn't drop him. I didn't know he went down. Rich, you want to stay off camera for a minute?
Are you having
Rich?
technical difficulty? He's in the stadium right now. He's probably signing autographs.
He said, diff. You're back in the green room. I got you. Let me know when you're ready to come up. I got you on. I can take you back off.
I'm back.
Okay, you good?
He's down again. He's up.
Yeah, that was me. I brought him down. I didn't know if he was busy with something. All right, cool. Yeah, we got you. Wide receivers. We're gonna keep this down 30 seconds or left. Rasheed Rice versus the Ravens. There would have been no debate for me on this game, in all honesty. He should have played. I remember a lot of enthusiasm and optimism behind him last season. All jokes aside, I think it was a decent call. Calvin Ridley for the Titans versus the Bears. I'm going to tell you that you have to.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you that you have to. I'm not even going to go through the narrative on this one. You have to start Calvin Ridley for the Titans against the Bears. Ted, what you got on this one?
Not a damn thing at all. Just a question.
Ted, do you not care? Do you not care about that game? Is that what you're saying?
Not at all.
Okay.
I will say this: with Dak's deal being done,
We're back to Dak. Okay.
yeah, with Dak, his deal being done, will head coach Mike McCarthy get an extension because he's a lame duck coach?
I think he will.
Can you repeat that last statement? Did you call him a lame duck coach? Is that what you just called him?
He's a lame duck coach. He's in the last year of his contract.
Can you tell me what a lame duck coach is? I don't see that in the playbook. Go for it.
Listen, you're lame duck. Kind of similar to our current sitting president. He's not running.
Wow.
His term is going to expire within 6 months. Well, less than 6 months. He's lame duck. That's it. He's powerless.
Okay.
Wow. Rich, you got anything?
Fantasy football. We're talking about Calvin, right?
Yes, Calvin Ridley.
He's got 8 points. I don't know if that's. We'll have to see with some other ones. I'm not too familiar with them. Tennessee Titans, good team. Going against the Bears, another good team.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. I think I got the Titans on this one, but I don't know. It's a toss up for me.
Rich, do I have to send you all my? I went through them in my show, but can I send them to you today?
Yeah, just
I wrote them all down. So
go ahead and DM them, or if you want to put them in the private chat, I can copy and paste them and then add them to the listing, Michael.
Nancy says Wilson is officially ruled out. I'm not seeing it. I'm waiting for the alert to come up.
I would appreciate that, Mike, too.
Bobby Shadow, appreciate you, bro. Bobby Shadow's in the house, y'all.
Bobby.
Got us on the big screen. All right, we're gonna keep it rolling. I'm waiting on this alert to pop up. Start Terry McLaurin of the Commanders versus the Bucks. Terry McLaurin's coming off a down season by his standards, but he has a new play caller and QB now. A very good chance Jaden Daniels proves to be the best QB McLaurin has ever paired with. Oh, nice. During his NFL career. He has been a top 30 receiver in fantasy points per game in all 5 of his seasons, showing he brings a safe floor. He does. He's not high numbers, but he is a safe bet. We know the ceiling is high, too. He could show that this week as the Bucks allowed the 4th most yards to receivers last season and partnered with starting cornerback Carlton Davis in the offense. The Commanders could also be chasing points. I will start McLaurin in week 1. Against the Bucks, I'm a little bit iffy, but some tell me I would take a risk on him in a flex. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I would sit him. If I had a better running back. What are we doing right now? We're doing wide receivers, right?
Yes.
I would probably sit him only because Tampa Bay is so defensively
Agreed.
enhanced this year.
Agreed.
Even over last year. I don't think this will be a high-scoring game. You've got a brand new quarterback in there. But I'll tell you, I would love to be wrong. This is a situation I would love to see Jaden Daniels come out, set the world on fire with Terry. I just don't see it. That's not something that I feel. So I would say no, I would sit him. Thank you.
Gotcha. Nancy says Garrett Wilson has been ruled out as reported by Fantasy Pros. Appreciate you, Nancy. Rich, your thoughts?
He's projected for 8 points. If I had somebody better, I'd put him in, I guess. But it looks like the 2 receivers we looked at, the average is 8, so it's a hit and miss, I guess. If you pick them, usually if he's your first round receiver, you're gonna play him. So I guess if I had him on my team, I'd start him. But this game is going to be pretty interesting because Tampa Bay. I don't think overall they're going to do that good this year, but they're still a solid team. And Washington, there might be some good things in Washington this season. Not going to the playoffs or anything, but I think they're going to do a lot better than they have in years past.
They have a lot of holes, though, in defense.
Yeah, true.
They really do. They're not a great defensive unit yet.
No. Yeah.
But you know what? Again, injuries, and some people can play beyond their levels, but for how many quarters? Right. Okay, go, buddy.
Ted, what you got?
I would sit him.
Sit him?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Ted and I are sending notes to each other. You'd swear.
I believe it. Malik Neighbors, New York Giants versus the Vikings. They say him.
Gotta play him.
Yeah, go for it. Go
for it. He's a monster, man.
Go for it.
I don't know why people aren't talking about him more. Guys, he's a beast.
Really?
He is a beast. He's one of the best players I've seen in a long time. A lot of people said he might be the best player in the whole draft this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ted?
I'll say this about Malik Neighbors. I think he's probably a better person than he is a football player. I think it was 2 weeks ago, the Jets-Giants final preseason game, spent time with the Holy Trinity Titans high school football team. Just came over there, took his own time. It's great guy. He's going to be a beast, but I like the fact that he acknowledged, the team that was there and he spent the time with them.
Gotcha. It's all good.
The other thing we're not bringing up, guys, is he's the only target.
True.
They have nobody.
Yeah. You can say that about their quarterback too.
Do you think they're going to target him and limit his numbers?
You don't like DeVito? Come on.
Is he starting? Is DeVito starting?
No, he's not.
No.
Rich with the shot. I love that, Rich.
So here's the thing.
As a New York fan,
if he's the only receiver, do you think they're going to target him and mess up the numbers?
I think he's going to do well.
That's what I need to know against the Vikings.
I think.
But then the Vikings might have it pegged to where they cover him really good, and then it shuts down the Giants.
Yeah, I see him being double covered already.
But Minnesota right now is a little bit in disarray. They lost their main quarterback. It's a mess. Their dream boy didn't work out. He's injured for the whole year. So,
gotcha.
And they're
But the Vikings do have Sam Darnold.
Oh my God, you're an asshole.
Y'all ain't right at all. Y'all ain't right at all. Sit them. Wide receivers you should sit this week. Zay Flowers of the Ravens against the Chiefs. What was his numbers the other night?
Awful.
Um,
So it looks like they were correct.
I don't see his. I don't recall his name, but he ended up getting for that particular game. What was the points there? He ended up getting 8 points. No, that was his projection. What did he get for points? So
he barely catch the ball. Do you know why? McDuffie was all over him.
Exactly.
Right.
He was covered. Covered.
Yeah.
Oh, he got 5 points. He got 5 points for that play.
Which is sucky for him. That's not good.
Hang on, Ted. I'm gonna bring that up later because we already at an hour and I didn't get through 2 positions yet. Rome Odunze or Oduns of the Bears versus the Titans. They say sit them.
You know what we could do, Tony, is we could cut it off here.
Mike?
You go eat your breakfast, and then we finish it up.
Well, I got a busy afternoon. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. All right. There you go.
I don't know about this player. Anybody?
Oh, no, I won't have a clue. But seeing these other Bears,
very good chance he finishes the year as a wide receiver 2, but he is certainly not going to start the year as a 2 with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen healthy. Agreed. Not only that, but it's the first NFL game for him and his quarterback. Oof. New offensive coordinator Shane Waldron ran a slow-paced offense that struggled to elevate a third wide receiver in Seattle. Just ask Smith and Jigba about last season. Be patient. Okay, so he's a rookie. They don't recommend you. Let me tell you something. Watch them Titans. Y'all better watch them Titans this season. I'm going to tell y'all again. You all had better watch those Tennessee Titans this season.
Yeah.
Seriously. I don't know much about this guy. Gentlemen, anything?
Oh, my God, man. He's amazing.
Go. Keep going.
He's amazing. He has incredible chemistry with his quarterback. They're buds. They party together. It's the best.
Gotcha.
If you looked at preseason, he was doing most of the targets. I think he's going to have a huge year. As long as he can stay healthy, he is going to be part of the, I think, success that we see.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ted, I see your link. I'm gonna bring it back later.
No. You don't have to play the link. It's just Super Bowl halftime show.
Gotcha. Highest rated in fantasy football rankings for what it's worth. Thank you, Wisconsin Mom. I'm gonna keep it going. I apologize, y'all. Kean Coleman of the Bills. It says sit him against the Cardinals. I can actually already see that because of the Cardinals defense. But he's also a rookie. I can believe blossom into an every week starter, but I'm not sure we'll see him right now.
Tony, I have to interject. Have you seen this kid play? This is a kid.
Phenomenal.
Tony,
is he really?
Phenomenal.
He's
huge.
He is a huge weapon for Josh Allen right now.
Oh, my God. He's going to be great.
Is like, if you would have seen him play during the preseason, and Michael tuned me into this guy, number 0, and you remember Michael, it's probably about a good 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
Watch this kid. And
he's
this
a great kid, too. He's a great kid.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah. But many people don't like him because he's not fast. Here's the thing with him, though. If
he's reliable, it sounds like.
He has got great hands, and he will fight for the ball.
Oh, he's a Michael Irvin.
He's a Jerry Rice.
And Josh Allen, he is a very good weapon for Josh Allen.
He is built like nobody's business. He's hilarious. Half of his interviews, he has no shirt on anymore.
Hey, Tony.
Yes.
He's gonna make you forget Stephon Diggs. We'll leave it there.
Oh, this kid is just, he's going to be bigger than Diggs, I think, if he stays healthy.
Gotcha. Okay. They say take him, y'all. The fellas say take him. I'm gonna roll with it. Jordan Addison of the Vikings at the Giants.
I don't know.
Probably because he doesn't have anybody throw the ball to him. And he's also up against Justin Jefferson as the other one. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. He has not been consistent. That's my only problem. He shows moments of greatness. That team is in disarray. But here's the thing: they are playing a absolutely horrible team. So he might set the world on fire. It's almost like playing a house league team. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know. I might keep him, but it depends on who you have. Like, what are your options? And
As
that's
I
the
read
thing
the
for
narrative, I see why they say it. Though, as I read the narrative on why they said to sit him, I see what they're saying. It should be a low-scoring game. It should be a low-scoring game. I understand that. Rich, your thoughts?
Again, they're going against the Giants. I have more faith in the Jets than the Giants this year. So, and I'm picking the Giants because they're a New York team. I'm going to stick with the New York teams. But this kid he's got projected points, 6-7 points. It looks like this is the first game of the season, so most of these wide receivers are getting the average. I don't this compared to our guy Cole, that's the one rookie that really shined that I'm keying in on. So this guy, I don't know. If I had Cole over this guy, I'd set him over Cole.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ted?
Sit him.
He doesn't care. You can tell.
Roll with it. He's busy. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your wide receiver recommendations for
Yay!
week 2024 season in accordance with NFL.com.
We got through that, guys. Look
I
at
am going to wrap this up now because I do have to get him some breakfast. I gave myself about noon, about an hour and a half. Gentlemen, I appreciate the contribution. This is actually a hell of a broadcast. I will be back on tonight. At least I plan on it, but I got to get him out the house. So this is nothing against
I
you.
get that.
I did want to try to run through them. Ladies and gentlemen, NFL.com fantasy. Start them and sit them on their page is what I showed you. The other positions I will try to go through again later on, or we'll just recap the games and see what the recommendations were. I want to apologize for cutting the information off, but I told these jokers 30 seconds apiece, and they don't talk in 30 seconds. Especially Mike. I'm on Mike's case. But no, this was actually informative. I think we did good. If I had more time to do more of a show, I would love to, because you all dropped some definite insight, and we also had some breaking news during the broadcast. So I thank all three of you.
Yes.
I really do.
Oh, fantastic.
Our rogue reporter right there.
Yes.
The
Ladies
best
and gentlemen,
nostrils in the business.
Michael Bathurst over there. You see the hashtag shout MGB. Check him out with his AI music. Check him out with his broadcasting. Check him out with his football information during the week.
Football.
He gives the spiritual side of football as he defines it. Appreciate you, mate. My man, Fireman Rich over there from the Morning Coffee on Rumble. He's also on Twitch and YouTube in the morning as well as Facebook. Check him out, Fireman Rich. That's my man, 40 grand fellow veteran brother. As always, you know how we do. I appreciate you, Rich. Ted, on scene reporter. He gonna be busy, but he gonna show up. He's following my format. I'm flattered. Nothing's gonna stop me from being on the show.
And he's in landscape too.
He's in landscape. I know, right? Look for us this evening. I'm going to get my boy out the house and let him go have some fun. I'm going to sit in the house for a little bit. We're going to grab some breakfast, take him to a play area. I will be back later on. I want to thank all 16 sets of eyes that have been here. I also want to thank Wisconsin Mom. Shout out 3413. My man Bobby, shout out. Brah. That's my man. Brah. My little bit. Debbie, I'm going to get on your ass later. Sorry, y'all, but I'm going to get on her and she know why. Ted Hicks was in the chat. Thammer was in the house. Thammer comes over from watching Richard's show with the Morning Coffee. I appreciate you, Thammer. Absolutely. That is everybody in the chat. We will be back later on. I'm going to share this over to Rumble as well. Check me out on Rumble, TONYTON72. Check me out on Twitch, TONYTON72. Check me out on YouTube, TONYD7444. Yeah, Ted, I'm going to run a little bit of it. Just a little bit. Check me out on X, TONYTON163. I sent this out to the fellas on TikTok too. I might do a clip and throw it over there for them, because there is a group over there, NFL Insiders channel. Shout out to those fellas who had me up with them during the week, and we chopped it up a couple of times. There's a lot of football broadcasters and commentators on TikTok. We was having a ball. Also to my man Jalen West on TikTok. Y'all check him out. Tell him I said what's up. I'm gonna be over there with them a little bit later on too, as I dip in between the games and see what everybody's talking